What's going on, everybody? I'm up kind of late tonight playing some Fallout 4. Actually, it's early morning. I've been doing some building. Thought I'd show you guys what I did with my new drive-in theater. I have some, I would say, temporary defenses set up. Some of this wall is the way I wanted it, but basically this whole front area here, this fencing is just, it's just there for a stopgap. I don't think it's actually going to deter anybody. But the cool thing is if I decide to set up a proper wall up front, then I can pull that fencing in and use it for a Brahmin pen or something like that.
Looks like it's in working order.
You know, I have my water pump set up. I do have some stuff that might attract some enemies, some raiders or something like that. The water pump and a couple crops, but there's no one here really to man them. So, I don't know. Anyway, the turrets, I tried to set them up strategically. I can move them around anywhere once I get some proper defenses up here. Because, I mean, this really is the open area facing really the rest of the map. I mean, it's kind of like a big beacon. Hey, come here and raid my settlement while it's still weak type of thing. So, I don't know. But I ran out of materials, so there's nothing else I can do for it. I do have this backside kind of sewn up. One thing I was worrying about, though, these hills along the back, if anyone came over the top of those hills shooting, they could fire straight into the compound. So, I don't know, I might build some housing back here. Kind of as a sort of as a shield, and also, you know, for, you know, so I can have some place to put the settlers when they show up. I need to get a recruitment beacon, but I don't have the materials for it. Now we are, well, I keep saying we're headed for the Corvega factory, but we never seem to get there, right? But we're headed in that general direction, sort of, kind of, more or less. And I'm hoping to find some stuff there that I can craft with. Lots of materials and stuff. I heard the word factory, and I'm like, you know, there's probably going to be some of the good stuff there. I could also use a lot more steel and wood. You'd think with all the cars that were here, I would have more than enough steel, and I do still have some left, but I did run out of wood. There was only a handful of trees scattered around, and other than that, there really wasn't any wood to salvage, and I guess I used most of that back there at Sanctuary. Although, well, actually I did use a lot here, because look at the walls I did put up. I mean, that did take a crap ton of materials, but I still haven't covered half the settlement, so I don't know. I'll do something with the front of it. Like I say, until then, I do have some turrets set up to deter anybody that wants to come bother this place. I know it's not safe for a mole rat to walk by. Maybe a band of super mutants might be a different story, but anyway. Do have a couple crops here. Go ahead and plant a few more. I think they say for crops to count towards your food, you need to have someone to man them, and one person can take care of 6 pieces of crops, whatever, 6 plants. And so for every 6 that I plant, I need to keep track of settlers as they come in. And wow, once you get a bunch of settlers, how do you know who's in control of what? Well, I mean, I guess at some point, I don't think it's just crops. I think Brahmin count towards a food source too, and stuff like that, right? So if you have some settlers bringing those in, that'd be a good thing. Speaking of Brahmin, come back to Sanctuary real quick to check in here and see if any of my numbers have changed. Kind of curious. Plus, I wanted to shuffle through some stuff. I want to pull all my weapons and armor out and put them in their respective workbenches. But, you know, I'm not sure. Okay, so if you're in an armor bench, do you have access to all the inventories of every workbench that you have across the map, or just the workbenches that are in that area? Or do you not have access to the other materials at all? You have to put certain stuff in each bench. Like, you have to put weapons in a weapons bench so that you have access to them. Or can you access your weapons from your workbench through your weapons bench? And I don't know. But anyway, just to be on the safe side. Plus, I kind of want to look through some of the stuff I have and keep it kind of separate. It probably doesn't make much difference. But I didn't notice that I had access to any of the materials I still have here. Like, I have a crap ton of wood here in Sanctuary, but I ran out of it at the drive-in. So apparently, materials in your benches, if they do kind of count towards you, if you can access all of them, you can only access the ones in that settlement. In other words, I can't access the stuff I store from my drive-in settlement, where I might have more steel than wood, and here I have more wood than steel, because there was a bunch of trees around here. And anyway, I don't know. So I guess the easiest way to go about that is just have a crap ton of materials and don't have to worry about it. There you go. That's the answer to all that. Is just put a bunch of materials everywhere so that you never run out. And the reason those merchants have shipments of certain stuff, like they have seems to have shipments of everything, from combat fiber to circuitry to steel, wood, cement, all that kind of stuff. They actually send shipments. It's expensive too. But I'm not going to start investing in all that crap until I get some kind of return. If I'm going to set up 20 communities across the wasteland, we ought to get something back for that, I would think. It's great to do good deeds and give people a roof over their heads and stuff, but that shit doesn't come free. Not to me, anyway. So there should be some kind of return in the investment. Yeah, I had a bunch of this stuff. It's crazy how quick this stuff adds up, really. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. It'd be cool if the stuff you're wearing doesn't count on your inventory. Unless you're upgrading it. And this is stuff that new settlers can wear. Just have it set aside for them, so as new people show up, I can give them something better than, shirts and pants and whatever they happen to be wearing, or rags, Plenty of guns, too. Actually start selling some of those. In fact, if it wasn't for just trying to get through this right here, I would probably hit that merchant up and sell off some of the extras. I have a bunch of pipe guns and stuff like that. I haven't really been scrapping much along those lines. Been pretty much just saving them as I get them. I've sold maybe a few, but not too many. I'm still going to consider this my house. I'm sure the NPCs wandering around, use this bed and use this house. There's nothing that says this is my house, per se. I don't think, anyway. But I'll still treat it as my house. I'm guessing everything here is safe storage, so. You know what? With all of the building and all the stuff you can do, I remember in previous Bethesda games that if you left stuff out in the environment, especially Fallout 3 and Skyrim, were really bad about this. Oblivion, I never had the problem. I really honestly didn't. I would drop stuff everywhere in Oblivion. I'd decorate every house I had, and I didn't have freezing issues. I really didn't. So I'm assuming that was pretty particular, although I think it's the same engine. Or a similar engine that they ran Fallout 3 and Skyrim on. Well, Skyrim was kind of a new engine, but it was just a different version of the old one. Had the same problems. Once your save file got big, you would have freezing and frame rate loss issues, lag issues and stuff. And then if you left too much stuff out in the environment, during load screens, it gave the game too much to think about, and you'd black screen a lot, or just freeze, or whatever. And loading into areas, it would do all kinds of crazy stuff. Throw everything in your house all over the place. Sometimes just walking through the door, or just not load at all. It would just be so much junk for the game to keep track of. It would just like bog itself down and then just stop. And so with this, considering that a huge part of this game is crafting new stuff to lay around in the environment, like houses and all the miscellaneous lamps and furniture and you name it, then I'm assuming that decorating now is not an issue. That the game has no problem now keeping track of this kind of stuff. If it can keep track of a new house that I built with working ceiling fans, then it shouldn't have any problem keeping track of a few magazines and, I don't know, teddy bears or whatever that I'm laying around and stuff. So, actually, I'm trying to figure out how to turn this book to where it's, whatever, doesn't matter. I have this thing about finding certain things that I think are cool in the environment. In Fallout 3, when I did decorate my house, I would decorate my house with all the unique stuff. Lincoln's Repeater, Action Abe, my copy of the Wasteland Survival Guide. the antagonist and mechanist outfits, right? Those would be laying around somewhere. A copy of every gun, right? I would probably use some of my unique weapons, like, the perforator, combat shotgun, the terrible shotgun, the victory rifle, stuff like that. But I would leave maybe a copy of a sniper and a copy of, an infiltrator, a combat shotgun just laying around.
Hey, Carla.
Hey there. Trading?
What kind of stuff do you have?
Just a bit of everything. You'd be surprised. Got plenty to sell it.
Let's see what you got.
You break it, you buy it.
Right on. Yeah, I was just going to see if she had maybe any new ammo. Also, I was going to see if she had a new dialogue that maybe she wanted to stay here or work out some kind of deal or something. I don't know. It's worth talking to her anyway, real quick. She had some bags of cement. She had some stuff I wanted. I just don't have any caps. I haven't made any money yet. We haven't really gone anywhere. We found stuff that we haven't had to buy, which is cool, but we haven't done a lot of questing in terms of getting rewards and stuff. I don't know what's the best way to make caps here. That'll come eventually. In Fallout 3, really the best way to make caps was to get to where you were fighting the Enclave and just pick up anything they dropped. It was worth a bank. And then in New Vegas, whatchamacallit, Caravan, the card game. Early on, you could show up in Vegas with 20, 30, 40,000 caps, buy all of Usanagi's upgrades and still have enough money to just walk straight in the gate with your little pass or whatever and do whatever you wanted. That was really the way to go. And if you know how to play and knew when and how to bet to get everybody's caps, then yeah, it was a really good way to go. You could make a lot of caps really, really fast. There were a few NPCs that didn't even have a limit. You could just bet them forever and then come back a few days later and they'd have a fresh store of caps and stuff. And like Nobark in Novak, he would restock his money every few days, and he would play you as much as you wanted. Also a great way to get your achievement for winning and losing a certain number of hands and stuff. Anyway, but in New Vegas, in Fallout 4, it'll be interesting to see some good ways to make caps. There'll probably be lots of different videos and suggestions out there. Oh man, the ultimate way to make caps. And I'm not talking about glitches. I don't even want to hear about glitches or exploits. I do not want to give this game herpes by spoiling it with that type of crap. I would not do anything to exploit or glitch this game. No, not to ruin it. No. If money's harder to get, there's a reason. If combat's harder or different, there's a reason. And yeah, I'm going to trust the game with that. I don't use them in games anyway. I guess just for that reason, but I would feel it's almost a crime to spoil this one. This game is it's just beautiful on so many levels. For an RPG fan, this is, I almost want to say, what more could you ask for? Really, I don't know much more that they could have done here. I haven't thought of many things and said, I wish they'd have done this and I wish they'd have done that. I've only had one small complaint. It wasn't really anything they did. It's just something that I kind of wish wasn't there, which is, I mentioned it in the last video, where I'm finding pipe guns in pre-war stashes, rooms and boxes and trunks and stuff that have obviously been locked up since the war, and I'm finding post-war stuff in those. Oh, okay. Oh, were you headed towards my new compound here? All right, well, let me go ahead and save my turrets the trouble. Take care of y'all's asses by myself. Well, me and my dog. My dog's got something to say to y'all about that. Let me get up in here. No, that's still trying to test to see where the cover works. I've been playing around with that a little bit as I go. Cover fire, kind of like they introduced in what was it? Is that Black Ops 2? I think it was Black Ops 2 or something. Anyway, they even had achievements for that or challenges for that where you lean around cover and pick people off like that. It's probably just certain things that look like they're specifically designed for cover, like boxes, maybe cars, maybe walls, obviously. Okay, that's my stuff. All right. Oh, what's this? Oh, more stuff. Okay. Free this time, right? I'll always take free. Give me all that. Food paste? What's up with this? Looks like I picked up a letter or something, too. Intervention note. You've been eating a lot of that food paste that we got from Suffolk School. Okay, maybe that's a location. It's affecting you in a real bad way. This is one raider writing to the other. Man, I'm writing you a note, because if I told you this in person, you'd probably shoot me in the face. Damn. This food paste apparently has a aggravated effect on people or something. So what's up with it? Is it raises your endurance by 1? That's it? Okay. You know, I'm probably not going to test that. I can see eating that a couple times and getting knocked out and waking up somewhere without any of your stuff or something. I can see the game throwing some stuff like that at you. Cool. Something tells me that's a random event. In Fallout 3, they were really infamous for certain random things popping up every once in a while. Like the Roach King was a good example. I think that was New Vegas, though. No, that was Fallout 3, wasn't it? The Roach King. And then you had Uncle Leo, the friendly super mutant. And then you had, let's see, what else? I'm trying to remember. You had one guy, I don't remember his name, but he would drop a copy of I think it was a dart gun. Maybe it was a railway rifle or something. He would drop a copy of a homemade weapon. I don't think he dropped the schematic, just a copy of the gun. Maybe he dropped a schematic too. I don't know. Anyway, but just random occurrences. The friendly giant rad scorpion was one of my favorites because he was so cool. You'd see him surrounded by a few ants that he had been fighting, and he was friendly, and he would just hang out with you. If you got too close and stood right next to him, sometimes he would get aggressive because he'd be like, dude, get out of my space. I'm minding my own business, you mind yours. But other than that, he would just sit there and chill with you. I thought he was the coolest thing. Oh, dang. To the nugget. Oh, I should have took my shot. Damn it. Missed opportunity. That'd have been beautiful. That'd have been at good range, too. Oh, well. Where y'all at? Oh, if you're asking why I headed this way, I figured if there was trains, there'd be a train station. That's how it was in New Vegas, too. And, well, you could say that about Fallout, but Fallout had subways. It was subway stations. And there were plenty of those, right? I so miss those. Man, I'm hoping they have something like that here. An extended series. It can be sewers. It can be sewers. That's cool. If they don't have subways in Boston, I don't want them to get away from staying true to Boston. Yeah, I wasn't going to hit his head from here, was I? Damn it. Oh, well, that was a fail. Well, my dog will get him. Get him, dog meat. Get him. Good boy. What? Ooh. Okay. That was sexy. That was sexy. That was a nice headshot. Take that to the dome. This is why I snipe. It's getting off a few shots like that. I honestly prefer to run and gun with an SMG. Anyone who's ever played Call of Duty with me, well, you know that. The old P90. P90 with rapid fire. Freaking like shooting a laser. Oh, that thing was awesome. Anyway, I'm hoping to have something like that. I want to find a high fire rate and then mod it to have an even higher fire rate. Put a suppressor on it to stabilize it a little bit and see if I can't come up with something really, really cool. Once I find that gun, you know what will probably happen? Instead of finding a gun that fits my build, I'm going to find a gun and then build around it. The package arrives at midnight. Okay, well, we got something going on here. Shoot, that's recent too. She's not She's not all dried out or a skeleton or anything, so. This was recent. Dog me's just looking at me. I love the way he looks when you're sneaking. He's so cool, man. I actually might use those knuckles. Let's see how effective they are. They were really effective in New Vegas. Brass knuckles and spike knuckles. Oh my gosh, they were honestly probably the strongest thing in the game. Period. Out of all the weapons, brass knuckles. You didn't have to have anything in melee or strength or anything. You could just run around with those and blow people up. They would explode. Run around with brass or spike knuckles with the bloody mess perk. You're blowing everything up. It was crazy. Wow, look at all this. Run into a few raiders and wind up with 9 miles of junk. That's cool. Yeah, at some point we'll be getting materials out of this. You know, whatever I don't give to settlers, I may just keep until I do finally at least put a point into the perk where you get copper and some rare materials back for breaking that stuff down. You know what I mean? Might as well. This low-level stuff, like raider leggings, it's only worth like 8-10 caps, which actually may be a lot. I don't know. But either way, as long as I've got it, then, you know, then I've got it. So if I want to do something with it later, then cool. Dutchman's instructions. Okay. So what's up with this dude? Deliver your package to the old switching station. The runner arrives at midnight. Plenty of stuff up here.
It's 1/2 past. She's late. No, something's wrong. Someone's coming. Look, 5 of them. It's a trap. Damn it, they've got us surrounded. What do we do? I'll draw them off. Give me a count of 10, then break for the tree line. What? Dutchman, There's no time. Good luck, A9.
A9?
9, 8, 7. No! No! No, I'm not going back. I can't. I won't.
I'm not going back. Okay, if that was A9, then that must be a synth. Okay. Is this a play off of the whole Dr. Zimmer from Fallout 3? I know synths are a part of the game. They haven't made that any secret. So this would be a runaway synth. And so these two people here, okay, so they were meeting up to deliver a synthetic to help him escape. So this is part of the railroad that was mentioned by Victoria Watts. You know, the young girl who wants you to tell Zimmer that the robot is dead. Which, the way I always solved that, it always worked out the same. Either way, I got rid of Zimmer, and A321, known as, what was his name, Harkin or whatever, the security chief at Rivet City. Okay? He was A321. So A9, be interesting to see how that plays out if we hear any more about that. That obviously plays into the game somewhere. If synthetics are a part of it, and now we come across two members, apparently two members of the railroad that helped them escape. So maybe we'll get a reference to Miss Watts, and maybe even a reference to Harkin. That would be cool. A321. Maybe even a reference to Zimmer and his android. In fact, for all intents and purposes, Zimmer, I think was himself an advanced synthetic, an advanced android. Because when you kill him, you actually pick up an android component off of him. Now, true enough, it just could be another android component from another lost android or something like that. Doesn't necessarily make him one, but an android police of the android police for the androids or something, you know, that type of thing. Anything else back here? I can just see a place like this hiding a bobblehead or something. And for all of you who already know where all this stuff is at and of all this, I think just goes to show you I am really avoiding spoilers and avoiding anything like that. Once I played through and experienced it and there's something I've looked for and can't find and I'm dying to know, then, you know, it's time to maybe go look up some stuff or whatever. But for right now, well, there we go. More ghouls. Now the roamers are about 3 times tougher than a normal ghoul. But yeah, I'm trying to keep this all fresh and new, and I'm really, really enjoying it. Specifically for that reason. Oh, there we go. Leaning around from cover. Can we look at this in third person? No. Doesn't show it in third person, huh? Oh, wow. What did I hit? Holy shit. Take that. Like I did it on purpose or something. Yeah, there you go. That's how you tactically use explosives, and I don't even know what I did. Apparently some of my pellets caught a barrel over there or something. Well, I hope I didn't just destroy some loot. Dog meat, watch out, dude. Bam. Got him. Man, I love the combat in this. Good boy. That's how you do that with minimum ammo expense. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta love it. What'd you find, dude? This? Not that. Where you at, buddy? I'll be there in a second. Hold on. Wonder if there's any more map updates that we can get from this. Okay, so October 23rd was the day the bombs fell, right? This would be the last electrical wire. Boy, I wish I had 24 spools of electrical wire. Holy crap. I'd be set. What'd you find, dude? Nothing. All this stuff. I need it all. Well, it really pays to look in every corner. Well, I don't think I found what my dog was talking about. Oh, there he is. Is that what he's looking at? Oh, I'll take that. Definitely. Oh, there it is. I guess, right? Yeah? It sounded like he went, yeah, that's it. That's what I was pointing at. Awesome. Man, if I could ever talk to just one person that works with Bethesda that had anything to do with this, I'd say thank you for the dog. Just thank you for making the dog awesome. I liked dog meat in Fallout 3, well, just because he's a dog and I like dogs. So all a dog really has to do is just be a dog, and I'm cool with that. But they did such an awesome job with this one. Just amazing. All right. See if there's anything else I missed. Probably. Yeah, probably. But I have it here. If I find out sometime later that there's something here, you know, that's just I need to have type of thing, well, I got it on my map. I can always come back. I don't know if things respawn here. Oh, that's cool. Look at that spotlight. Man, that looks realistic. So I don't know if things respawn, but whatever. I'm not thinking so. I'm thinking that's their way of putting something of a cap on the game. A level cap. Although, as long as you have materials, and as long as you have caps, and as long as you have something like that going, you can build. You can build and tear down and build again, and you get XP. It's slow going. If you need 1,000,000 XP for a level, and you're only getting it 2 and 4 at a time from building walls and beds and dressers and stuff like that, whatever, it's still XP. It still, I mean, counts, right? So, I don't know. I guess there really is no essentially hard cap, but I think most of the enemies probably don't respawn. That's my guess, and that's their way of putting some sort of soft cap on the game. So, all right, like my little lights that I got on my water over there. I don't know if I'll keep those, but thought it was cool. And actually, I might as well go ahead and take a nap. And there's the Corvega factory off in that general direction. I guess we'll head there next. Do I have any more food to plant? Do I have anything that I can put down here? Yeah, I do. I have some melons. Cool. That was a pretty worthwhile trip going and checking out those, the ghoul station. Wasn't even really even a train station, even a ghoul station. So, it's less ghouls to harass other people now. Okay, I guess that's it. Well, that's cool. We need some people here to tend to these things anyway, to farm for us. But, got the beginnings of a settlement going here. Lots of room to build and keep farm stuff going, and like I say, maybe even get a cattle pen, and this will be cool. This is bigger than Sanctuary, I think, yardage wise, or at least as big, counting Sanctuary and that big field open all the way down to the river. And so they'd be like building Sanctuary from the ground up. This doesn't have any houses in place, so look at that sky. I love the sky. I love bright stars too, man. Awesome. All right, thanks for joining me. On the next one, I guess we'll try to head to the Corvega plant again. We'll see. If you want to subscribe, click that button up top. And if you want to catch the rest of this Let's Play, click that image in the middle. Thanks for watching. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.